This is Road Notes from the Traveling Saleslady. Short reads for sales professionals on the move. Today's piece, Curiosity is your sales edge. The most underused skill in sales is one you already have. You don't need a new technique, a better script, or another certification. You need to get genuinely curious about the person across the table, ask a real question, and then do the hard part. Stop talking. The traveling sales professional spends more time in unfamiliar rooms than almost any other professional. New cities, new offices, new clients, new contexts. That constant novelty is either a source of anxiety or a source of advantage. And which one it becomes depends almost entirely on how curious you are about where you've landed and who you're sitting across from. Curiosity is not the same as small talk. Small talk fills space. Curiosity creates connection. Small talk asks about the weather and moves on. Curiosity asks why someone chose to build their career in this city, what they love about it, what surprised them. Those questions don't just warm up a conversation. They surface the kind of specific personal information that makes every future interaction feel less like a sales call and more like a continuation of something real. People can feel the difference between someone asking because they want to know and someone asking because they were trained to build rapport. One of those gets a real answer. The other gets a polite one. And here's where most salespeople fall apart. Asking a good question and then immediately preparing the next one while the other person is still talking is not listening. That's turn management. Real listening means staying in the answer long enough to let it surprise you. Long enough to follow a thread you didn't expect. So here are 3 things for your consideration. 1. When did you last ask a client a question you didn't already know the answer to? Discovery questions are designed to surface information you already know in a structured way. Genuinely curious questions go somewhere else, into the person's actual experience, their history with the problem, their opinion on something adjacent to the sale. They don't have a scripted follow-up. They have a response you weren't expecting. 2. Are you using the road to learn or just to get from place to place? Every new city is a new context. The local economy, the regional culture, the specific pressures shaping how your client thinks about their business. The rep who skips the chain restaurant for the local spot, who asks the rideshare driver what's changed in the last 5 years, is building a kind of contextual intelligence no training program can teach. 3. What judgment are you bringing into client conversations that curiosity could replace? Every rep carries assumptions about certain clients, certain industries, certain objections. The moment you think you already know what someone's going to say, you stop listening for what they actually say. Curiosity is the antidote to assumption. You've been trained to talk. The market has more talkers than it needs. What it's short on is salespeople who ask a real question and actually wait for the answer. That's the skill. It was always there. It just needs to be used more than it's being used right now. That's Road Notes from the Traveling Saleslady. If you relate to this one, the full conversation that inspired it is waiting for you on the Traveling Saleslady podcast. Find it wherever you listen. See you on the road and journey on. Road Notes is a production of the Traveling Saleslady in partnership with Brilliant Beam Media.